Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Anthony Haddad. I'm the Director of the Penticton Emergency Operations Centre, and with me today is Mayor John Vasilaki. I'll ask him to provide a couple of words in a second, but just want to provide a brief update for the community on the recent storm event that we had early this afternoon. Our City of Penticton Emergency Operations Centre was activated early this afternoon as a result of the flash flooding event that we saw this afternoon. We brought in a number of rapid assessment teams to respond to the number of calls that we saw this afternoon, and are in the process of responding to those as we speak. We have a number of sandbags that have been made available at the City of Penticton Public Works Yard at 616 Okanagan Avenue as well, so they're available for the public free of charge to come and use should they deem them necessary. We received early this afternoon a number of reports around dangerous driving conditions as well, which was another trigger for setting up the Emergency Operations Centre to make sure that we could respond and work with our emergency service providers out in the field as well. Public Works teams, emergency service providers are out in the field responding to homeowner calls, and public infrastructure as well that's been identified as a concern during this event. Over the last few hours, we received approximately 75 phone calls to our Emergency Operations Centre in response to a number of residents, flooding calls, concerns as a result of the flooding event today. So our teams are in the process, as I said, of responding to those 74 calls early this afternoon and into the evening this afternoon. We've got approximately 40 to 50 municipal staff, RCMP, fire department out in the field right now responding to the concerns that have been sort of emerged over the last couple of hours through our Emergency Operations Centre. We have issued or declared a state of local emergency, and that allows for our emergency crews to enter private properties where they deem appropriate. So as an abundance of caution, we put that together so that we could access private property where it was deemed appropriate. We've also put a hotline together for the public to contact should there be any further calls this afternoon. Residents who are experiencing flooding and have concerns about the safety of their homes are asked to contact 250-490-2307, extension 7. And if they call that number, they'll receive a rapid damage assessment from our teams. We've got 8 Penticton Fire Department crews out in the community right now, currently providing those rapid damage assessments, and those crews are assessing home safety, public safety for occupancy. So that's underway, as I said, right now. We also have our Emergency Support Services Reception Centre open at 199 Ellis Street in the downtown for those who have been advised to evacuate by the Penticton Fire Department. So that's only available for those who have been advised to evacuate by the Fire Department as a result of any flooding that may have occurred. So anyone evacuated by the Fire Department are asked to register with Emergency Support Services Reception Centre, and that is at 199 Ellis Street in downtown Penticton. Our Emergency Operations Centre is going to remain open for the timeline of this event, and we'll keep the community posted as things move forward. But I also wanted to provide Mayor Vasilaki with a chance to provide a bit of an update on the community safety component and provide some messaging for our community.
Good afternoon. Thank you for watching and listening to what we have to say. And I can say that this is not a typical July in the city of Penticton. I mean, this storm came out of nowhere, and we knew there was something coming, but not to the extent that it happened. And I'd like to remind the public to please be very, very cautious. Stay away from the creeks because they're fairly high at this point. There's a lot of pooling of water on our street, and they're very dangerous if you're speeding. Stay below the speed limit, please. It's very, very important. We don't want anyone getting hurt while our people are out there in the field working and helping out those residential homes or other buildings that might need some help from our staff. We have professional staff working. All our people are professional people, and they'll do the best they can to help everybody out. But please be very, very cautious. There might be another storm coming along in a little bit, and we want you all to take precautions to make sure that your family is safe and stay home if at all possible, rather than being out on the road. So just watch out for pedestrians because of the water on the streets and all the other extremes that right now are within our community. So please be very careful, stay safe, and God bless you. And I hope nothing very severe happened to any of your properties. Thank you.
Thank you, and happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you mentioned some potential not evacuation, but do you have a number of how many properties have been told this isn't?
At this stage, we've had 2 to 3 properties that have come through the evacuation centre, and they're provided with the services from Emergency Support Services team down at the property at 199 Ellis Street downtown.
And is there a specific area of town that you're, I guess, the most concerned about or something? I mean, I've seen some pretty dramatic footage from up on Johnson, some Government Street. Yeah,
we had a lot of calls coming in from the hillsides. There was some minor landslides, nothing significant, but we had basement flooding, overland flooding that did occur as a result of the very intense storm in a very short period of time. So for the most part, it's flooding related, and our teams have been able to respond to the phone calls that have come in so far.
I heard there was a minor landslide on Evergreen. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, our engineering crews and rapid response teams have been up into those areas where we did have reports of landslides, and nothing significant that triggered any removal of individuals from homes in those areas. So we're continuing to monitor those areas, and we'll provide any further updates as we find out more information.